Hello, hello. I wanted to tell you about something positive in terms of going through the process of divorce and separation. I was reminded in one of my groups, and actually the whole group was reminded of the moments that people do a lot of work on themselves and are in huge amounts of grief, but then they feel like they get through it. They feel like they kind of climb the mountain, they're on top, and they understand why the marriage ended. They understand that it's bringing them a new opportunity for their life, that they get to live in a different way, change a lot, and actually not be stuck in a relationship or the parts of the relationship that were really making them unhappy. And they also were not fooled by the moment of climbing up that mountain. They also knew that all the work might keep them in that space a little bit longer and out of grief in those really intense, deep, dark ways, but that the grief will return. It will return around anniversaries, holidays, times that were the hardest times for them to be alone. And we talked about loneliness too, the whole concept of loneliness. I've mentioned this in past posts, but the idea that the feeling of loneliness, that deep, hurtful feeling, it was something that you knew before, and it's coming up in the marriage too. But remind yourself and remember where you started to feel that intensity of loneliness, and remind yourself also about ways that you're not alone in the world, so that you can remember in that much more well-rounded way that you have lots of parts of yourself and lots of resources around you. And that sometimes when we feel lonely or depressed, we forget what our tools are. We forget ways that we can get out of those feelings. But I want to emphasize that sometimes you can get out of these feelings and have a lot of information coming in and knowledge and understanding about your situation. So take note of those times when they show up.